On behalf of the LHSAA and the LHSOA, I'd like to welcome you to today's module, How to Use Video Study to Improve Your Officiating. Damien, why don't you kick us off and let's get started on the module of how to use video to improve our officiating.
The way the game has gone these days, videos everywhere. You go to any game now, you can actually pretty much see the little orange pad in the stands with the huddles teams are using it. So they're using more video in games for players to get better. So it's a good opportunity for us to use video to get better as well. Technology isn't going away. So let's use the technology to our advantage to look at ourselves, be able to critique ourselves. This will help us become more transparent with coaches and fans, because everything now, as we all know, will end up on social media if someone dislikes a ref or likes a referee. So we can use this tool across the state to help us improve. And, you know, don't be afraid to ask coaches to email you the video so you can watch the video, and we'll show you how to watch the video.
Yeah, that's so true. And, you know, as you mentioned, that access to game video really has improved over the past 5 years. One thing we know that it's such a tremendous training tool. A lot of our associations across the state and officials across the state use film each and every week, use video clips in each and every week to make sure that their officials are getting better. So that's really kind of the root of today's module, is how can associations or how can officials break down film. One thing we know, the tape doesn't lie. Many times we make the mistake of only looking at film to see if we got a play right. But what we really should be looking for are those patterns and our mechanics that need to be improved. And so that's really one of our focuses that we will look at today. And we know if we use video correctly, it really can enhance our work. It can educate us and inform us, especially of those strengths we have as well as weaknesses. Let's get started with some video. What we're going to look at today is I'm going to share 3 clips that are focused on really, would like to focus simply on just a couple of things. Many of you possibly have looked at video and you're looking at 25, 30 minutes of game film. We're not going to do that this afternoon. What we're going to do is just simply take a few clips, look at them, and really today I'd like for us to focus on officials' eyes, where are they looking, and focus on their feet. Where are they standing? Where are they going? Where are they coming from? We've got a throw in that's happening here on the baseline. We've got trail position. We've got C, who's at C position for full court press. And we've got lead and transition down the court. As soon as we start the film, notice the play. All right, we've had a successful throw in. Once we had a successful throw in, transition started, but then we had a collision in the backcourt. So let's really look at how C stayed with his play. Once we have a throw in complete, we have a pass. As soon as we make the initial pass, trail here is covering this entire play, looking through players at the ball. But I want you to look at C. C maintained his eyes on players that were close to him that could really challenge him the most. And in doing so, he picked up a very needed foul.
And it's also good to remember that a play doesn't end once the ball is passed. That play actually didn't end until the foul happened. So it's good to stay with the play until you don't have a threat of a foul or anything crazy happening after the ball is passed.
That's a good point. And Damien, probably the only suggestion I would give C here is don't rush to the table too soon. He turns his eyes away from the play, takes it toward the table, and now possibly we may have a confrontation here. So that might be the only suggestion I would have for C. Is he did a great job staying with the pass, taking care of the foul, I would probably just be a little hesitant on leaving and taking to the table. We're going to have a drive to the basket in just a moment. If we pause here, let's look at our officials. We have lead that's beginning a rotation. He closes down and begins a rotation. C stays. He's got a great look here in between players. Trail is in a good position. His eyes are focused where it should be. Now, let's continue the play. Let's look at where we are now. We've got Trail closing down to become the new C. We've got lead who's established a good location to absorb this play at lead. But my concern now is the feet of Trail. If we are C going to Trail. If we look, his eyes are still maintaining the area he should maintain, but look at his feet and let's watch him the rest of the play. There's no need to transition from C to Trail that quickly. We've had a bang play here, and my concern would be if that official, if lead had passed on that foul underneath the rim for whatever reason, then we would want to make sure that Trail has that second look and picks that up. It would be a hard sale of doing that from the location of where he is, as well as where his feet are planted. So let's pick the play and watch it entirely. Great rotation. Freeze. I'd love for him to have frozen right there. Finish the play. Great whistle. Lead. Clears. Gives a good player control. Looks back at the players. Doesn't rush. C also does a great job of staying.
Lead also did a good job of also taking a step back once he crossed. Instead of staying tight on the baseline, once he took that step back, that also gave him a wider view to see what was going on.
And I also liked how he opened himself up to the play. He didn't simply get to the lead position and freeze. As you said, he took a step back, he opened up, and certainly opened his frame. All right, one of the last clips I'd like to show. Basically, we're in solid position. C's doing an outstanding job. If you look, he's got a lot of screens set here. Free throw line. We've got Trail, who's focused on guard play. We have lead, who's getting ready. He's closed down. He's observing the play in his area. Let's follow. We've got an outlet pass. Lead responds. He opens, takes a step back. Now let's look at everyone's feet and everyone's eyes. Trail did a good job stepping down on the play. C did an outstanding job staying in and even positioning himself inside. Lee did a great job of opening up, taking a step back so he could absorb the play. Here we have defender, and let's see what play we have. We have got a call made. So these three officials to me did a really good job of not only having good eye contact, their eyes were focused where they should, their feet, their court location was exactly where they needed to be. Too often at Trail, we leave the play too quickly. We're so worried about the position that we are going to rather than officiating the play that's in front of us. I thought these three officials did a good job. Damien, anything on this play you'd like to add?
I like especially the way the center official, he turned his body so he can stay with the play and have a great look at the play the entire time. Instead of just turning his head, he just repositioned And sometimes just opening up a half a step can give you a lot better position rather than standing there and turning your head.
Yeah, too many officials, I think, get happy feet, and they're worried about moving. You know, they're trying to hustle rather than moving with a purpose. So did think the three of these did a great job.